The San Francisco Giants win another amazing one-run game versus their division rival, the San Diego Padres, and we win the series, guys. The Giants' 7th consecutive series victory, and this hot run that we are on has not stopped, and it continues to go, guys. It is so exciting. Madison Bumgarner got the start for your Giants, and his pitching line, he definitely pitched a lot better than the pitching line would show, and that is indicative of the San Diego Padres game plan. So what it seems, guys, is the Padres game plan was that they are going to try to ambush Bumgarner on that first pitch, and so we had 9 first pitch swings where the ball was put in play by the Padres, and 5 on the second pitch. So that is just crazy to think that 14 at-bats in the game were decided in 2 pitches or less. And one of those first pitches that Bumgarner threw was a slider to Hunter Renfroe from the Padres, who's having a phenomenal year. And Hunter Renfroe hit it out for a 3-run homer at that point in the game. So the pitching line, guys, Bumgarner, he went 7 innings in this one, only giving up 4 hits. And also one of those hits was a bloop RBI single. And so when you put that into perspective, 4 earned runs, but only 4 hits in the game. And Bumgarner walked 2. He struck out 6. And, of course, the 1 home run allowed. Bumgarner now with a 3.74 ERA on the year. And coming into the game, his last 6 starts, guys, he had an ERA of 2. And so of all the pitchers in baseball, that potentially could get traded at this July 31st trade deadline, Bumgarner is pitching the best out of all of them. And the Giants were opposed by Adrian Morejon, a 20-year-old left-handed pitcher by the Padres. And so the Padres look like they were just, doing a bullpen opener type of game. They didn't anticipate Morejon to pitch that much, only 20 years old, obviously trying to get some innings in the game. But the Giants were able to work him pretty good in this one. He only lasted an inning and 2/3, and he gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, gave up 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And so, guys, the victory moves the Giants to 26-10 in one-run ball games. They're the best team in baseball in that category, and the offense picked up the slack, guys. We had been struggling a little bit, which kind of had been overshadowed, the offense struggling because of how well the pitching has been and the bullpen. And, of course, when you're winning ball games, you have a tendency to not think about how the offense is doing on a particular day, especially if you come away with the win. But the offense picked it up, guys. 16 hits. They were 6 for 17 with runners in scoring position. So phenomenal job there. Bumgarner with his 6th victory. And so let's get into the scoring of how the game played out. In the bottom of the first inning, the Padres got on the board against Bumgarner with a Hunter Renfroe sacrifice fly. That gave the Padres a 1-0 lead. And then as we go to the top of the second inning, what a day for Mike Yastrzemski. He gets the Giants on the board with a 2-run double to give them a 2-1 lead at that point in the game. And now in the bottom of the third inning, Hunter Renfroe would come up and do some damage. Like I was saying earlier, guys, he had a 3-run home run. It was his 29th home run, and that gave the Padres a 4-2 lead. But if you guys know the story of the 2019 Giants, it is their ability to come back in ball games. It doesn't matter what the deficit is, doesn't matter who's on the mound, who's pitching, or who's out of the bullpen. The Giants believe that no matter what the deficit is, that they can come back. And so that's a good feeling to have because, when I'm watching the games, I'm relaxed. If the Giants are down 3 runs, 4 runs, as a kid growing up when I was a little immature, I would have a tendency to flip the channel or turn the game off. You definitely do not see me doing that anymore now, guys, because, just the belief in this offense is phenomenal. So as we go to the top of the 4th inning, Donovan Solano, what a season he's been having. He's been absolutely clutch with runners in scoring position. So he knocks an RBI single to cut the lead to 4-3. And then Alex Dickerson, yes, he gets it done again. An RBI single to tie the game at 4. And then in the top of the 6th inning, Donovan Solano would add another RBI single, giving the Giants a 5-4 lead. Now, as we go to the 9th inning, the Giants would pick up a couple insurance runs, which proved to be very crucial, as in the bottom of the 9th, Will Smith gave up a 2-run to Will Myers. And of course, so in that top of the 9th inning, Buster Posey hits an RBI double, extending the Giants' lead to 6-4. And then Brandon Crawford comes up with a clutch at bat with a base hit up the middle, 2-out RBI single, and that gives them a 7-4 lead. And of course, that Will Myers home run made it 7-6, but Will Smith would make that stand, and he would pick up his 26th save of the year. One of the notes on Will Smith, guys, he gave up a big home run in the All-Star game, and since the All-Star break, you know, he set the bar pretty high with how well he pitched in the first half. As in the second half, he's had a couple blown saves. And so, you know, am I concerned about him giving up a home run here? You know, not too concerned, because, you know, the reality is that the confidence you have in Will Smith, he is your best choice out there at closing down ball games. And so, you know, definitely showcasing a little bit of being human. You know, we're going to make mistakes. We're not going to be perfect. And so, you know, that's what you take into it. And so, guys, let's get into the offensive statistics of the day, guys. We talked about Mike Yastrzemski. He had a 4-hit game. He went 4 for 5 with 2 singles and 2 doubles, scoring 2 runs in the game, knocking 2 RBIs. Yastrzemski has been extremely hot, and it has been fun to watch. He was hitting like 230, 225 not too long ago. Now with the 4-hit performance today, hitting 275 on the year. Buster Posey had a phenomenal game, a 3-hit day for him. 3 for 5, scoring 1 run, knocking an RBI. Now Posey is hitting 264 on the season. And then Donovan Solano, what more can we say about how clutch he's been with runners in scoring position? He goes 2 for 3 in the game, scoring 1 run, knocking in 2 RBIs, and had 2 walks in the game as well, hitting 336 in his playing time. And then we had Alex Dickerson, another phenomenal game. He has been the Giants' hottest hitter, and really, you know, the story can be the story of Alex Dickerson. Once he arrived at that clubhouse, you know, not that they weren't having fun before, but, you know, he brought in some loose vibes, brought in some more energy, and you're just seeing everything flow in the right direction for this team. And Alex Dickerson, 2 for 3 on the day, scoring 1 run, knocking an RBI, and now he's hitting 349 on the season. And so, guys, now let us get into the bullpen statistics of this game. So we talked about Bumgarner going 7 innings. That was phenomenal. And then in comes Sam Dyson. He pitches an inning, gives up 1 hit, does not allow a walk, and does not allow a run. He now has a 2.47 ERA on the year. And then, of course, Will Smitty, guys, he goes an inning, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs on the home run to Will Myers, gives up got a strikeout, and now has a 2.72 ERA on the season. And so, guys, as we look ahead to the future, to the San Francisco Giants' next game, they are going to be on the way to Philadelphia. They will take the day off on Monday, but Tuesday night they will start a 3-game series with the Phillies, and the Giants are going to send Tyler Beede to the mound. He is 3-4 on the season with a 4.85 ERA to go with 62 strikeouts. And he is going to be opposing Drew Smyly of the Phillies with a 1-5 record and a 7.69 ERA with 60 strikeouts. Now, Beede, in his last start against the Cubs, he did not fare too well. But one thing to take into consideration is the Cubs have a very deep lineup. So, in Beede's outing against the Cubs, the positive note was he did pitch into the 6th inning in that outing, going 5 2/3 innings, but did give up a career-high 10 home runs, 10 hits. Oh boy, 10 home runs would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? But 3 home runs he gave up. And so look for Beede to bounce back, and he will be making his first ever career start versus the Phillies. And so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and made it all the way to the end, be sure to smash that like button. I very much appreciate all the feedback from you guys. I love to read your comments. Love to hear what's on your mind about the San Francisco Giants. So comment down below, guys. Love to hear your opinion, your perspective. What are your thoughts after another series victory for your Giants? That is 7 straight series victories. And the other note that we didn't mention, and I think I didn't mention it because I do not believe we are going to be seeing the end of Madison Bumgarner. This was the last day that Bruce Bochy would manage in San Diego. So phenomenal to get him off, send him off with the victory there. But Bumgarner, you know, I do believe he is going to stay past that deadline. But again, you know, anything can happen over these next couple days. And of course, that all depends on what teams are willing to offer. If you have a team that thinks that maybe they're 1 or 2 key trade pieces away from winning a World Series, then you might see them throw the King's ransom at the Giants, you know, an offer that they probably wouldn't refuse. And so, you know, again, I'm hopeful that, you know, that's not how it's going to play out, but, you know, we will see. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. You know, will Madison Bumgarner get traded, do you think? Should he be traded, in your opinion? Of course, my opinion, I think they should keep him and sign him to an extension. And also, guys, the Giants' recent winning has put them into being buyers as this July 31st trade deadline approaches. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I think a power-hitting outfielder with controllable time beyond this year would be a very viable option for the Giants to look into and, you know, possibly acquiring. And so it's going to be fun to see what's going to happen. You know, I always am of the mindset that if you're buying at the trade deadline, that's way more fun than selling. Because when you're selling, you know, it's essentially you've cashed in on that year, and now your mindset is already looking forward to the next season. So, you know, great to be in this playoff run. Giants only 2.5 games back of the wild card. We're making a run for Bochy's last year, trying to send him off into retirement with another World Series. Man, wouldn't that be something? And until next time, guys, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.